As someone who spent 3 years clinically depressed, I would have to say being in a depression feels like being in a riptide. It's just chaos, you don't know what's going on, and you kind of wish you'd just die sooner. But the thing is, how do you survive a riptide? You have to let go. You have to let the riptide take you. You have to let it take you out into chaos to where you don't know where you are. If you fight against a riptide, you're gonna die. You drowned. So what you have to do, let it take you to chaos. How do you do that? Let go. Let go of everything you think you know, who you think you are. Let it go and go out to where you don't know anything about yourself, because depression is asking you to change something. Something in your life is not working. Yes, there are chemicals in your brain, and that's true. But the thing is, these drugs that we have for depression, they don't work very well. If you look at the clinical trials, they average it with a bar like this, but it's like this, it's like that, and they're just short-term solutions, for a long-term problem. And I'm not an expert, and talk to your doctor, not trying to make any medical claims here, but the people that I know that have been on these medications, actually it's worse in the long run. Now, if you're about to kill yourself, get on the medication. But in the long run, if it's an everyday thing, rather than just being a band-aid for a moment, it can actually make it to where you're suppressing your own emotions. So then whatever's making you depressed actually gets buried in more stuff that's getting buried. And then it's just a hole of mess that's just years stuff being shoved down, and you want to bring that stuff up to the surface. I know me, I was depressed. I didn't know it, but the career I had chosen wasn't what I wanted to do. I ended up having to go back to school and, let go of all of my past achievements. And my depression showed me this, and now I'm living the happiest life ever. It made me, and doing that made me rewrite who I thought I was, and get past needing to be a solid thing, and that's what happens when you go into a riptide. You're in the waters in the middle of the ocean now, and you don't know where you are. Okay, I just realized that in the video that I released 2 days ago, we talked about polarity and how life comes out of polarity, right? And in the Egyptian mythologies, creation, okay, you've got the waters of chaos, Ra comes out and creates life. Okay, the riptide pulls you to the water of chaos and creates a new life. It's a death and a rebirth, a death of the old you and a rebirth of the new you out of these waters of chaos. You have to go to the waters of chaos if you want to be, reborn as a more authentic you. But luckily it's metaphorical, so you're gonna be fine. A boat is gonna pick you up, And I don't know if this is helpful for anyone, but I just think that we conceptualize depression as a negative thing, whereas for me it was the most positive thing, because it asked me to become better, to become more authentic to who I am. It asked me to stop living the stories that I had made for myself. I think that it's a normal part of growing up, but we have this whole cultural story around it, that it's a disease, that it's a bad thing. What if it is a normal part of maturing? You realize the world is suffering. Jesus and Buddha said it, but it can also be quite the adventure, and sometimes you gotta go out to the middle of the sea. You gotta go to Atlantis, baby. You're lost. That's why. Atlantis, Neptune, astrology joke. Anyway, I hope this helped, or something. Okay. Oh, it's an Indian chief. Sitting Bull. And by the way, Indian is the politically correct word. I'm not going to get into that, but whatever, okay? American Indian chief, Sitting Bull, and he says, and this isn't going to be an exact quote, but it's the idea of it, is that inside of man, there are two dogs, one good, one bad, and you become whichever one you feed more, okay? And so, even if you're doing good things, if you resent them, you know, it's not going to be good. Or if you're doing something like you're lying a lot, or you're in toxic relationships, or you're not being authentic to yourself, this is going to be resentment, and you are feeding the bad dog in yourself. Okay? So how do we stop feeding the bad dog? We let go of the stories of who we need to be, what we need to do, you know, and we live authentically to ourselves. And ultimately, I think that's what depression is asking you to do. And that's what this life is asking you to do. Oh, Hemp, you wanna show your feet? Oh, yeah, I got so much lipstick on today. Oh my goodness, but I can't deny a puppy kiss. I can't deny. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is Hemp. Yeah, did you look at the camera so they can see how cute you are? I forgot about the plant, so let's talk about this plant, okay? This is a prayer plant, and I love it very much. But I haven't loved it that much because I have not taken off these leaves, but this is very convenient because how do you make a plant flourish? You have to clip it. You have to take off the dead parts. And this gives it the energy to fully bloom, okay? And this is what we have to do in our psyches as well. So I just wanted to make sure that metaphor was in there because the Buddha, a lot of people have gotten a lot of wisdom from looking at plants. So I wanted to have wisdom looking at plants, and I did today. And I forgot it. But now it's in here because it's a video and I can just put it in. Okay, bye.